Do you see this little machine? This little machine is like a sleeping pill for me. I don't use it. My husband uses it. Let me tell you more. Snoring. Isn't that the worst? I've spent most of my adult life married to men or with boyfriends who snored. What are you supposed to do? You know, for years and years, I just sort of dealt with it. And if it got really bad, and I got tired of shoving them to roll over, stop snoring, I would simply get up and go sleep in the guest room, wherever I was. But you know, the older I get, the less tolerant I am of anything that disrupts my sleep. I mean, God knows, when you go through menopause, you already are desperate to just stay asleep fall asleep and then stay asleep. And I happen to be a light sleeper, so my husband snores. Well, at least he did. So, what is snoring? Well, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ann, and this is Postcards from My Golden Years. And what a postcard I have for you today. But before we get started, I want to welcome my newest subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate your subscription so much. And all the rest of you that aren't subscribers, if you'd like to stay in touch and see more of my videos, please click the link under the video to subscribe. There's even a little bell that you can click on, and that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video so you don't miss anything. And I'd really appreciate it if all of you, subscribers or not, would give me a thumbs up on this video. It does a number of things. First of all, it lets me know that this is a video, the kind of video that you like watching. And I'm trying to grow my channel, so the more thumbs up I get, the more people they will show my video to. So, with that all said, let's get on with the subject of my video today. So, fortunately for me, years ago, before I met my husband, I had a boyfriend who was using this machine. And he told me that when he used it, he wouldn't snore. And I just thought, I never heard of this machine. I didn't even know what it was. But whenever he would stay at my place or I would stay at his, he would use this machine and he never snored. And to me, it looked like an elephant trunk attached to his nose that kind of came out, and it didn't make a sound, and he didn't make a sound, and I found it fine to sleep. The only time that I had any problem is if we were traveling and he forgot that machine, and then I got a sample of what his snoring was. Oh my God, oh caramba. Well, same thing with my husband. You know, when you first meet these guys and you fall in love, you just sort of put up with the snoring. Especially, I mean, my dad snored when I was a kid. My bedroom was on the second floor. I could hear my dad snoring all the way on the second floor, and his bedroom was down on the first floor and sort of around a wing or a bend to get to the bedroom that he and my mom shared. I could hear my dad snoring. So most of my adult life, it just sort of went with men. I just thought men snore. I didn't know any women who snore, and I'm sure that there are plenty of women who snore. So if you're a man looking at this, hopefully this will help you too. So, how did I deal with this with my husband? Well, when I got to the point that the snoring was just keeping me awake and I was already having problems sleeping, even setting aside his snoring, I suggested that he look into a CPAP machine, which is what those machines are called, CPAP. So we went online and I found information on it, and it basically it said that you needed to have a sleep test in order to determine whether you were a candidate for a CPAP machine. Get your tongue tied. So I happened to be seeing my doctor, our family doctor, and I mentioned the CPAP machine, not for me, but I simply mentioned to him that my husband wanted to look into a CPAP machine, and did he have any information or know if it required a prescription or what the deal was. Well, so he promised to discuss it with my husband at my husband's next appointment, which fortunately wasn't too long from then. And basically what he did was he completed a prescription form and sent it to this sleep test company. I don't remember the name of it. I want to say it was something like BlackRock, some sort of a company. And what they do is they send out this test kit, and you attach something to your finger, and I think it had a little machine with it that was recording your sleep patterns. And then you just basically go to sleep. And then you mail the machine back in the box, and they evaluate your results and contact your doctor. So we did all of that, or my husband did all of that, thankfully. I mean, he is a wonderful guy. So, and I'm sure, he wanted me to get a good night's sleep, so he was willing to do all of this. So the results came back, and it turned out that he had a bit of sleep apnea, and that was causing the snoring. So that made him a candidate for the CPAP machine. The good news was that Medicare, we're older, we're on Medicare. Medicare pays for the machine, and our Medicare supplemental plan picks up whatever Medicare doesn't cover. So basically, for the most part, we're not paying anything. Well, for sure, we're not paying anything for the rental of the machine. I believe that my husband is paying maybe $8 a month for replacement parts, because every month they send him new hoses and a new plastic mask. Anyway, so he went to a company. After they notify you that qualifying, your doctor okays the prescription, then you go to a local service company, I guess, and you pick up the equipment, and they review how to use it with you. And then you go home and you plug it in and you go to sleep, and you put this contraption on your face. It was like a switch flipped. No more snoring. And what do you hear? Nothing. Silence. I was getting good night's sleep. I mean, to the point where I was having vivid dreams. And as long as my husband uses this machine, great sleep. No snoring. I will say, every now and then, if he doesn't put that contraption on his face properly, it makes weird noises, and it sounds like he's you know what raspberries are, like that. It sounds like he's doing that a lot, and I have to nudge him to fix his machine, fix the hose, fix something, because I don't know what it is that makes that noise. He knows. But as long as he puts the machine on every night, last thing before he goes to sleep, and I think it must make noise so that he can't really hear very well once he puts that machine on. I'm not totally sure the whole thing, but if I'm watching TV in bed, I know he can't hear that TV once he's got the machine on. It must hiss in his ear. But as far as me, here's what I hear when I am laying in bed every single night now, thanks to this wonderful contraption, invention called a CPAP machine. This is what it's like to go to sleep without somebody snoring in your ear. Listen. I don't know whether insurance, regular health insurance, covers it for everybody. We lucked out, I guess, when you're a senior. There are some pieces of equipment that sort of go with the territory, and I guess the older we get a little more cranky and we're not willing to put up with snoring people. So Medicare does us that wonderful favor and covers it for us. But if you're dealing with a constant snoring person in your bed, whether it's a male or female, have them talk to their doctor and at least get a sleep test done. I mean, there are all kinds of reasons why people snore. It could be a sinus problem. It could be any kind of health problem. But you just never know. I mean, out of curiosity, I asked the doctor if I could have one of those machines. I mean, not one of those machines. I asked the doctor if I could have a sleep test. I just was curious as to where I was. And my results came back that I had very, very, very mild sleep apnea, but yet I don't snore. And I don't have enough of what I guess is defined as sleep apnea to even need a machine, because, I mean, what would it do, really? So, anyway, that's basically been a godsend for me. And I gotta tell you, the CPAP machine company didn't pay me to do this. I'm not trying to sell CPAP machines, but I do tell you that if you are having a problem with somebody snoring, and if they love you, they will contact their doctor about getting the doctor to prescribe a sleep test. There are a number of companies that do this, and your family doctor can tell you which one they like to deal with. I mean, who knew? I wish I had known about this many, many years ago. I would probably have had a lot less sleepless nights due to husbands and boyfriends snoring. Oh my gosh. My husband's machine is from a company called ResMed, R-E-S-M-E-D. And I don't know if that's the only company that makes CPAP machines, or that just happens to be the one that his prescribing company prescribed for him. But one of the good features of this is that it sends a record of how you slept every single night to, I guess, a master system within, I guess, their cloud facility. I don't know where it goes, but anyway, download their app on your phone and it connects with the account. And my husband has me put the app on my cell phone as well, so that I can check his nightly score. And what it does is it rates your use of the CPAP machine on a number of different criteria. Okay, and then every morning after he turns off the machine and gets up, I would say probably within an hour, sometimes less, if he goes to the app on the cell phone and clicks on it, it will tell him what his sleep score was for the night, how many times he took his mask off or on, whether there was a tight seal, whether all of the things that were supposed to have happened, and then he is scored from 0 to 100. So the goal is that he wants to get 100 score nights every single night. And we sort of have, I don't want to call it a joke, but it's sort of like a little running joke between us. And he'll say, so how did you sleep last night? Look at the app. And based on, you know, his score, that's how I slept. So if he had a score of 100, then I slept great because it was quiet. And he slept great because it was quiet and he wasn't snoring. If he had a score of anything lower, it tells him what went wrong with the mask, the seal, or his not wearing it. So you never know. But, you know, if you don't use the equipment, you can't make the snoring stop. That's the key. Your significant other has to actually use the CPAP machine all the time. I mean, when we travel, he takes it with him. Although he went on a business trip not too long ago, he took the machine with him, but he didn't use it. But he said he didn't care because he was in a private room, obviously, with the door closed, and there was nobody else who could hear him snoring. So, and I sort of figured he wasn't going to use the machine because I know he only uses the machine for me. And I love him so much for that. So, if your significant other loves you that much, they'll use that machine for you as well. So, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that I've given you at least something to think about with regard to that person who sleeps next to you every night and just snores your ear off. Especially if you're tired of shoving them roll over, roll over, roll over, and you've tried everything else. If they love you, they will go to the doctor, get a sleep test, and if necessary, get one of those CPAP machines so that everybody in the house can sleep and your house can sound like this. So once again, if you're not a subscriber, be sure to click below to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up to help my video be shown to a lot more people. And I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye for now.